The next question that invariably comes up is you can't qualify for the income test if you make over $2,349 a month in
Right.
2020 at least. But of course, as we just mentioned, nursing home care can cost anywhere from $9,500 to $12,000 a month. So if I make $3,000 or $4,000 a month, I still can't afford the nursing home of my choice. So, what do you do in that situation? I mean, does that mean, do you automatically just not qualify, or what are the options?
Yeah, thankfully we have planning options because Congress and the legislature also recognize that, there are people who don't have two pennies to rub together because of their expenses that are related to the way they live their life, but they have income that's too high, and their gross income, because they've worked hard, so they have Social Security income, and they might have a pension or a qualified retirement account that comes along with that. And if those two numbers, or any source of income, really, rental income, earned income, if they get any dividends, any source of income, if you combine all those sources of income together, and that number is more than $2,349 gross before anything's deducted, you are not qualified for Medicaid unless you utilize one of two devices. The first one's referred to as a qualified income trust, or QIT. Sometimes that's referred to as a Miller Trust. So QIT, qualified income trust, Miller Trust, all the different terms that refer to the same exact thing. And the idea is that if you go to a elder law attorney, and they create this income trust for you, and then we walk you through the process. You literally, once it's properly signed and executed, we instruct you how to take this trust. You walk it into your bank and you say, I want to open up a qualified income trust account. And nearly every bank will know what you're referring to. And then all you have to do, or the trustee has to do, is every single month, for as long as you want to be eligible for Medicaid, you're going to take any gross amount of money over $2,349, or whatever the income cap is that year, because it changes every year. Right. So you take it over the income cap amount and you make sure you deposit it into the qualified income trust, and then boom, like magic, you satisfy the income requirement. So a lot of people are concerned because they think of these trusts and they go, I think people think of trust as something that accumulates money. And they go, well, I don't want to lose that extra income. And luckily I'm able to tell them, you don't lose $1 of it. The money goes in and the money comes right back out to go pay for whatever it is that you need that's related to health or medical related expenses. So if you're in an assisted living facility or a nursing home, it's very easy to take your extra income and direct it towards health or related expenses, as you have the nursing home expense or the assisted living facility expense. But there's a complication that arises for people who earn too much income and want to stay at home. If they're getting, for example, Medicaid is covering their home health care needs, well, they may not end their prescriptions and their co-pays and all these other health and medical related expenses. They may not have much more by way of non-medical or health related expenses. And the QI distributions from a qualified income trust are limited to those things. So if someone's living at home, instead of opening up a Miller Trust or QIT, we are instead directing them to open up what's called a pooled special needs trust. These are professionally managed by nonprofit organizations around the state of Florida. There's probably 40 of them. I work with 3 of them that have been around for a long time, and I have a lot of experience with them. I know do right by the client. And what's nice about these trusts is they can be used to hold extra assets or extra income. So if you have an income problem because you earn too much gross income, you can place the difference in the pooled special needs trust every month, the way you would with the qualified income trust. Or if you have too much by way of assets, you can deposit extra assets in there to help you get you below that $2,000 level. The drawback with both of these trusts, well, a pooled special needs trust, you're paying a professional to monitor it. It's a very reasonable fee. People get nervous about that. Like the least expensive one that I work with, it has a $500 one-time buy-in, and then they're charging 1.95% of whatever it is that they're managing per year. So, I tell people, listen, if you had money with your Morgan Stanley or UBS, you'd be paying 1.25. You're going to be paying a little bit more for this trustee service, which is, I think, not a bad deal. The bigger drawback with both the QIT and the pooled special needs trust comes after the Medicaid recipient eventually passes away. And if there's money left in the account when they pass away, in either scenario, the trustee is obligated to notify Medicaid. Medicaid will then send a bill, and then anything left in that trust has to go back to the state of Florida before it goes to any heirs. So in a QIT, that's not a big concern because money should be going in and coming right back out. And in fact, it's an account that should be zeroing out every month, right? Money goes in and then you bring it right back out to pay for your ALF bill, your nursing home bill. If you have, some people are putting significant amounts of money in the pool trust, and we want to balance that with other Medicaid planning strategies that don't have that Medicaid payback requirement, because while it's nice to remain liquid, you can use this money for anything. By the way, in a pooled special needs trust, use the money for health-related expenses or non-health-related expenses, needs or wants. My favorite example is that a client who was living at home, and we had gotten her, we'd done a bunch of different Medicaid planning strategies. We got her some home health care through the waiver program. And part of it was she had money that was in a pooled special needs trust. And she called me up and she goes, Jason, you said needs or wants, right? I go, yeah, really, almost anything's available to you. And she goes, I love the Miami Heat, and I want to buy season tickets to go see the Miami Heat. And I said, this is before coronavirus, of course. I said, go have fun. I go, now you can only pay for, I'm assuming you're going to buy 2 tickets, and you cannot use your money to pay for anyone else's expenses. So if you want to go in halvesies with your son or someone like that who's going to take you to the game, and you pay for your half of the season tickets, God bless you. Enjoy it. It's your money. Have fun. Be entertained. And I loved it. And that's a perfectly valid expense.